Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your general reading for the month of May 2021. Thanks so much for being here on Fire Moon Transformations. Let's look into some of the energies that are going to be coming into your life, the primary energies that will be coming in for you in the month of May. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cross watchers are also welcome. I will also post individual readings for all the signs for this month on love readings, and I'm also posting very short daily readings on my channel. So for those of you who are new here, welcome. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope that some of this will resonate for you. If it doesn't, please check out one of the videos for your other placement signs. Without further ado, let's get started. What are the main energies that are coming through for Scorpio in the month? Okay, so coming apart. Interesting. A lot of emphasis on relationships in these readings and solitude. Okay. So if you are in a partnership or unexpected visitors also. Let's pull a couple of other oracle cards and see what this is about. So very hermity energy, hermit card energy. So I've tried to keep these readings not so focused on relationships and love, but a lot of them wanted to come through that way anyway, and I can't stop the messages if that's what they are. So, but we'll keep this one pretty general. So this does not have to mean, don't get scared, necessarily a breakup or anything like that. It might just mean that you are encouraged to embrace a time for healing yourself and for devoting time to yourself. So okay, I see. So a lot of energies that have come through this month, and I'm just shuffling a lot here and making sure the cards are the ones who want to come out, because a lot of these have come up in other signs, because some of the main energies around this time, this beautiful Taurian time, Taurus heavy time, when we have the Sun and Venus in Taurus. It's a lot about tending to yourself, healing yourself, coming back to basics, and coming back home to yourself somehow. And we have a very important full moon in Scorpio on April 26 and 27, depending on where you're in the world, and that is revolving around the Taurus Scorpio axis. So the moon is always an opposite sign, right? The full moon, I mean. So this is a time that is really about you focusing on healing yourself and your body, specifically, especially for those with placements in that Scorpio and Taurus axis. So it says, yeah, coming apart and solitude. This is about taking time for yourself when you need it, even though you might feel very, very needed by others. Like you inspire trust and confidence, it says in this card. Like you are so many people's go-to person, or the first person that someone goes to when they need advice or support. And it says positive, uplifting friends. You might be this friend to people. You might be this person who feels like they have to take care of others, or that they have to be the strong one all the time. But you are being told that it is okay to take some time for yourself, even from those you care about. So that's why I said initially, it doesn't have to mean breakup or separation from someone you care about. It means that within even those closest relationships, there should be space, there should be solitude, there should be independence, so that it doesn't turn codependent. And there might be some sort of shadow work that goes around the idea of independence and dependence and intimacy and closeness versus detachment, healthy detachment versus unhealthy detachment. Perhaps there's some sort of cycle in your life where you are very close to someone, extremely close to someone for a period of time, and then all of a sudden you become super detached because you're overwhelmed by that closeness. So there's a healing of that cycle here. And it says an elder will teach you. Okay, interesting. So for some of you, this might have to do with, this might happen, this sort of healing, this sort of ending of this cycle, this darker shadow work kind of cycle will be helped along with some sort of advice from someone. At the bottom of the other deck, there was sad embrace. So yes, dealing with and figuring out and kind of solving through some of these lessons and cycles in your life and in your experience of relationships with others. There was a very, not a very, but a similarly kind of resonant message in Virgo towards the beginning. That one was a very esoteric reading, but if you have Virgo placements, I definitely encourage you to take a look at that reading. So, with unexpected visitors here, you might get some sort of, the way I'm reading this here in this context, with you're being encouraged to take time for yourself, to not feel bad that you are not always the person who's there for everyone when they need you, that they maybe should just learn how to rely on themselves a little bit more. But with this, the message I'm getting, it's kind of weird, is that you will have some sort of epiphany about the way you interact with others this month, and about an unexpected sort of epiphany or information or piece of advice that comes to you that will help you through negotiating independence and being in the world and being everyone's greatest supporter, or the driving force behind some sort of co-creation or some sort of work-related situation, as well with Snow White and her friends. It's about learning how to rely on others as well, and how to actually just maybe even delegate. So just leave certain tasks for other people and trust that they'll be done. And even if they won't be done, then it's not your responsibility, because you negotiated in advance for those things to be done by those other people. And it's also, I'm getting, the other overall message I get here is just completely detaching yourself from those minor and unimportant influences or connections in your life who are causing you negativity. With solitude coming apart, unexpected visitors, and the way I'm seeing that again is a sort of banishing of things which shouldn't be there. You want positive and uplifting friends around you. You don't want to always be that positive force. You don't always want to be the person who bridges gaps. And if you have Libra placements, take a look at the Libra reading, because it was all about that as well there. This is about simply letting go of those connections, or not engaging in those negative relationships and connections and interactions, because they drain you of energy. And you want to, especially in this beautiful Taurus season, which is so important for Scorpios because of that Taurus, that Scorpio full moon, and within this Taurus time, your task is to enjoy yourself, to heal your body, and to tend to your own interests and to your own higher needs. So let's see what the situation is about specifically for all the Scorpios. And keep in mind, this is of course a general reading. Do take a look at some of the other signs if this doesn't resonate, doesn't fully explain things. And again, if this is about a romantic relationship, we'll take a look at that in the love reading, which I'll post soon after this one. So for Scorpio. Okay. Too many cards. Let's take it one at a time. So I feel like You constantly have to fight your environment, or you are surrounded by those who are always trying to fight you, or who are putting up some sort of self-defensive mechanism around you, and it's a kind of battle of wills between you and them. And sometimes you might be disrespected by others, or you might feel like you are being unfairly treated by others with this card, which is Five of Swords, betrayal, false victory. And that comes in opposition with your desired outlook and your desire for a certain type of environment, which is that you want everyone to be happy. You want people to co-create in a healthy, beautiful environment and situation and way. And this kind of situation and environment that you find yourself in are absolutely opposed to your native wishes or native kind of impulses, which are pretty peaceful. Like, you want to work together with others and you want to have that space to do your own thing, but that doesn't mean be excluded from the place. Like, you want to be still in the place but do your own thing. With the Two of Swords there, that's kind of what that is about. Yeah, again, if you have like Libra placements, definitely watch the Libra reading. So coming out from Two of Pentacles, balancing two opposed forces, wanting to keep so many twos here. I mean, well, two twos. Yeah. You know, I'll probably take these. Yeah, I'm going to take these. I want these cards to come out one at a time, but sometimes they don't. So we're just going to take them as they come. Smooth things around a little bit. With this, you want to always be the one to control how people interact, or to be the one who integrates different types of energies. But you're being asked to just take a back seat here with the Four of Swords. Just be still. Just take time away for yourself, for healing, for integration of lessons or experiences in the past. And to just, you know what, if something bad happens, if people really need you, like, okay, they can deal with it. It doesn't matter. They can deal with it by themselves. They're not going to fall apart without you. Okay, so with that Two of Swords there, it's like you want to always be that person who is there for people. But you need time yourself. And if you don't replenish yourself with energy, then you're not even able to be that person, that dependable person, because this is always how you're going to be. You're going to always be the one in power. You're always going to be the one who can carry the heaviest load. That's just how it's going to be. But that doesn't mean that people like you don't also need nourishment and breaks and the opportunity to tend to their body. I mean, like, all those together, exactly what I was saying with the Taurus season. Really pay attention to your body. If it requires something of you specifically, or if it asks you to sleep like 12 hours one day, then that's what it needs. Okay? This is about coming to that higher understanding and trusting it, and knowing that it is true and that it is absolutely required in order for you to maintain your the normal degree of health and of mental clarity and health as well. Because I get the sense, Scorpio, that when you get overwhelmed, when you get when your auric field and your aura in general just gets filled so much with the negative energy of other people, that's the main thing I'm hearing, is that you absorb a lot of it, okay? In the process of wanting to help others, of wanting to be the leader, of wanting to carry all the load, and not just, you know, you'd rather just take on more work and more burdens just to shut everyone else out, or just to shut them up so that they don't ask anything else of you, or that because maybe they're incompetent and they don't do that work well to begin with. Well, in doing that and in just taking on that extra load simply because you think it's the easier thing, you really absorb a lot of that negative energy and a lot of burdens that are not yours at all. And they stay within your auric field, and they make you tired, they make you unhealthy, they make it difficult for you to connect with your own flow and to understand what it is that you need in such a way that it brings forth all the energy that you need in the world with the Tree of Life. That's the most kind of one of the most powerful cards in this deck. I love this Tarot of Dreams deck. It has these extra unique cards, like the Palace of Wands is the highest iteration of the wand suit, and that just means, has to do with like what a wand's environment would be like, right? So anyway, but with a Tree of Life, this is this, if you are to clear or to shield yourself from these negative energies that are not yours, right? Because you're always trying to be that integrator, to take the opposites and do the work for everyone, to bridge gaps for others. You're preventing your own life force energy from manifesting in the most natural way and the healthiest way, and from attracting the things that are fated for you to come into your life. Because it's almost like, yeah, like look at all these lines going around. It's almost like you're just standing in the way, you're blocking one of them. That's what I'm seeing through allowing these energies in. You're just simply like blocking the flow of that energy in your life, which is meant to come in for you. Like whether that means like the opportunity for you to get out in an environment that is so combative, so against your soul, so against your highest good, and to invite in and accept and come across an opportunity that gets you closer to an environment that is like kind of like this artistic, creative, co-creative palace of possibility. Because it's all there. It wants to come forth for you. It wants to come through to you with this King of Wands. It's all yours to take, but you have to learn how to shield yourself from those who are draining you, and to be this person who is stable and in their power, but not because you're carrying others' loads, but because you are your own master and you are tending to your own responsibilities, your own desires, your own creative projects, as in like you're a busy person, you're a hardworking person, but for the right reasons, on the correct tasks, on the things that matter most to your soul. Not when it comes to perfunctory work or to doing others' tasks for them. That's kind of the main thing I'm hearing. And on the bottom of the deck, the Sun card, such a beautiful energy, the best, the most solar, the most healing energy. And with this, basically, I'm seeing that you have to burn away all of those things that are not yours. Really, just basically like scorch them away from your auric field. And maybe not that violently, with this all the healing Taurus energy in a more gentle way. Comes next is Three of Wands and the King of Wands. Okay, so more fire energy. Yep, and the Nine of Wands. So just standing your ground and putting up that barrier to all the stuff that doesn't belong next to you or with you or in your life. That's kind of the main task for you this month, Scorpio. So, and maybe you're dealing with a Leo or some strong fire placements, perhaps with an earth placement, but I don't think so. If you are dealing with someone who is making your life more difficult, maybe it is potentially also Pisces, but definitely some Leo placements in there. Maybe there's a sort of struggle of power. But anyway, so yes, definitely take a look at the Libra reading if you're a Scorpio with Libra placements. So let's see if there's any advice for y'all Scorpios on how to deal with this situation. Month of May 2021. Any advice for Scorpios? Oh, Aqua Aura Quartz. Didn't I just mention auras and how you have to clear yours? Keep yours clear. Yep. Any other advice for Scorpios this month of May 2021? And you know, with Scorpio being such a powerful sign of, I was just gonna say, of of alchemizing the dark into the light, and now obsidian comes up, a stone of protection. Just crazy. I have obsidian here, and I think it's in there, and I'm wearing it today. So yep, definitely an important message that wants to come through for you. Yeah, so with Scorpios being such so strong in general, and being able to take on dark energies, they sometimes aren't actually aware of how much of that they're absorbing. Woo! It's one thing to heal others of it, to relieve others of it, to take on it because you think you're stronger than them. But actually, when you take on that, there's so much of it that you just take within and it stays there. And then you don't know why. Maybe you have a certain ailment or a certain problem in your life, or like your foot hurts or something like that. And it's because of that negative energy that you've absorbed unknowingly. Wow, okay. It's all been like that with cards falling all over the place. The wilding, so we get more kind of Two of Swords imagery there with the Battle of Wills. And the Sage, the same kind of imagery. That's crazy. And manifest. I'm going to take a look quickly at that wilding message because I'm not sure what that, I forgot what that means there. If I can find it at all. But with that Sage, it's about directing and, yeah, basically, okay, preventing your energies. You're powerful, extremely powerfully manifesting energies, because you are this sage who's able to make anything you want come into being, but making sure, preventing those energies from directing themselves in the incorrect direction. And it's all about, you have, as anyone, a limited amount of energy, even though you feel like you're limitlessly powerful, or like you can take on anything and everything at the same time. Even you have limited power and energy, and you cannot waste it. It is sacred energy. It is your energy, and you should never give it away to those who are taking advantage of it, or who are relying on you out of maybe laziness or just negligence or just incompetency. Yes, I'm being harsh with those, whoever those people are in your life. Yeah, look at this. I mean, what it reiterates the message. Pulling the wilding cards, this card over here, we have really, this imagery really wants to emphasize itself for you, okay? It indicates a time to connect to the most primal parts of yourself. This may mean you need to detach a bit from people around you so you can hear the whispers of your deepest knowing without the influence of others. The wilding is raw, empowered, and independent. Many people are intimidated by them because they need little from others and prioritize radical freedom, which can be unsettling as most of society operates within unspoken expectations and contracts. The wilding burns the contract and heads into the woods. Well, what was I just saying? Burn away the things you don't need from your auric field, and we get burning and aura. So this is about you just being in your power and accepting that very scorpionic power and independence and strength, and not feeling afraid that you will intimidate others. Because as as powerful as Scorpios are, they can actually be very people-pleasing sometimes, because they would rather just deal with the things themselves rather than just allow others to deal with their own problems. So it actually becomes this cycle of I'll just do it, and you just get on with life, and you take those things and you go through with them when they're not your tasks, okay? So that actually paradoxically makes you kind of a people-pleasing person sometimes. But this is about embracing that power, not being afraid of being a little bit ruthless, and not caring what others think, okay? And let's see with those Aura quartz, connecting to infinite potential, renew sense of purpose, wonder and awe. Very nice. So this is really good. Because we did have some general messages about relationships. So this comes back to, well, relationships and just in general coming apart from those that don't make sense to you or that are not really meant for you or that compromise your energies, and also an environment that compromises your energy. So this is, it says, the Earth is only one planet within a solar system with a massive galaxy that itself is a mere speck within a vast universe. How awesome is it to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation, and when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. The appearance of this crystal is a message to you to seize your cynicism and worry and open your heart to the wonder that is your life. How unlikely we all are, and yet here we are. Drink in the magic of life in your body on this planet and let yourself be filled with wonderment. Open yourself to healing in its many forms as the universal consciousness eternally creates new beginnings and generates abundance. Today is the day to appreciate the magic that is everywhere. And what I was going to say is that the relationship message of this card says there are 8 billion people on this planet, yet soulmates somehow find each other. Friends and lovers show up in the most unexpected places. Remember, we also had unexpected visitors, okay? And love makes itself known just as you are beginning to doubt that it is out there for you. So, 2 messages from this card. First of all, by burning through connections that are not meant for you, by blocking energies that are detrimental to your health, to your happiness, to your well-being, you actually open yourself up to more potential. You don't restrict them. Like if you think, oh, I can't burn this bridge because who knows what I'll need from that situation, that relationship, that person. Actually, you're making more room for the wonder and the true things in life and in environments and in social situations and relationships that you truly need and that will really, really nourish you. Okay, so that's one thing. And then the second is more of that Taurian message of healing the body right now and letting yourself be healed by taking time away from people, okay? And especially with the obsidian, I don't even think I have to read that message because I know what it is, but let's see if it kind of... Yeah, it's basically all about you allowing yourself to be the most essential, non-watered down version of you, including if you do that in ways that seem maybe uncomfortable at first. By being, it's about being the purest version of you, unadulterated and unwatered down by energies around you that are not really connected to your soul and not connected to your purpose and not connected to your specific energy. And sometimes, you know what? Being alone is better than being surrounded by people who are draining you, who are taking advantage of you, who are taking you for granted, or who simply do not align with the inherent nature and energy of your being, of your most powerful and essential being. So those are the kind of messages that are coming through for you, Scorpio. Thanks so much for sticking around. Take a look at your other readings for your other signs. Definitely think Libra is relevant for you as well. And if you want to take a look at my other videos, the upcoming love readings, the daily short readings, I would be so happy to see you back here again. Thanks so much. Bye.